Hello guys, this is a video to explain how to do the 4 proof that you're taking on Friday test. Alright, so let's get started. The first thing what we're going to do is to identify there is a parallel. This is parallel. So these two lines are parallel, then you should remember that we have a 0. So that's indicating that these two going to be equal. Angle D and angle K will be equal. So we can say angle D and angle K is going to be equal. And then they said angle D. Oh, by the way, if some of you might choose angle E, so if you choose angle E and angle J, and that'll work too, okay? One or the other. And then you should also recognize that it says bisects, okay? So let me erase all that. All right, so if it's bisect, that means DK is the subject. It cuts JE in half, so JE. So then you recognize that EG is congruent to GJ. Okay. Of course, the first number 2 should be alternate interior angle, the one with the parallel. The second one it will be a definition of segment bisector. But if you just said definition of bisector, I will give you credit for it too. Okay. Bisector. And then we have the vertical angle. Angle DGE is congruent to angle JGK, vertical angle. Then we got 3. All right, notice now you have a 3. 1, 2, 3. You got 3 of them. So that means you can say triangle DGE is congruent to KGJ. Then I will look at your answer, make sure in the right order as well. And then the reason for that is, remember we had that side, we had that angle. And then if you choose this, if you choose angle E, then you have angle side angle. If you choose angle D, then you have angle side. So either angle side, I will have to read your paper, or angle side angle. Okay, whatever you choose. Continue on. The next one, we got parallel again. Okay, so we got parallel again. Let's do parallel. 2 parallel connected with transversal line. So that means our angle KMJ is congruent to LJM, alternate interior angle. And then this next clue, let's say that KM and LJ are equal. KM and LJ are equal. Okay, so that's a side. We got an angle. What's the last one? If you choose JM, then you will be correct. JM, so we've done a lot of that, and we're going to call the reflexive property. Okay, JM equal to M, and that's another S. So this one, we only have one choice, so side angle side. So this will be triangle, for example, KMJ equals to LJM. Okay, and the reason? Side angle side. You have a side angle side property. Hopefully you have an easier time with this one. Let's see. QS is the subject. That's the subject. It cuts RST in half. QS cuts RST in half. Well, then you got 2 angles that's equal. So then we can say angle RSQ is congruent to TSQ. And definition of angle bisector. What else do we have? They told us that angle R is congruent to angle T. Angle R and angle T. Okay. I appreciate that very much. So that's already given to us. Okay. So we got 2 already. And then we need one more. You guessed it. Another RST, reflexive property. So you have a QS is congruent to QS, just like the previous question. So that is another reflexive. You'll see that a lot more. And then finally, you got, let's see, how many equal congruent mark do I have? Well, I got 1, 2, 3. All I need is 3. So we got enough. So what's going to be final answer? Then I'm going to use QRS is congruent to QTS. Now I just got to figure out why. I have an angle here. I have an angle here. I have a side here. So that's going to be angle side. Oh, angle side. Our last question, we have angle V. We have angle V is congruent to angle S. Okay, looks like I got an angle right there. And then they even gave me TV is QS. Well, that's 2. So I really need one more. This is hourglass. So that means angle 1. So I'm going to get TRV is going to congruent to SRQ. And that is a vertical angle. All right. So I got an angle here. I got an angle here. I got a side here. So then I got enough. So I am going to use not necessarily this order. Okay. I will check your work. Angle TVR is going to congruent to, just make sure your T is going to be correspond to Q. So you have to use Q. Q and T has to be in order. That's what I'll check. And then V and S is in the same order. And then R and R, of course, in the third position. And this question will be angle side. All right. I hope that was clear. It's not an easy chapter, but just let you know that we're done with it and we're moving on next week. All right. Have a good weekend.